What is equitable distribution in New York and how will it affect you when you divorce? Divorce isn't just emotional, it's also financial. In New York, one of the biggest concerns for divorcing couples is how their property will be divided. While many wonder if New York is a community property state, it is not. Instead, the state follows equitable distribution laws, meaning property isn't split equally, but fairly. What's considered fair depends on many factors, which makes understanding this process critical when you're facing divorce. The law behind equitable distribution. New York law divides marital property through equitable distribution, not equal distribution. That distinction is important. The court looks at things like how long the couple was married, each spouse's current and future financial situations, whether there are children involved, and even outstanding debts and tax issues. Only assets acquired during the marriage are included, and they're valued based on current fair market value. The process is detailed and requires careful documentation, sometimes even bringing in appraisers. Separate property, like assets owned before marriage or certain personal injury awards, typically aren't included. But if these assets are mixed with marital funds, they might still end up on the table. How will it affect you when you divorce? If your home was purchased after your marriage, it's likely considered marital property and will be subject to equitable distribution. But if you bought the home before marriage and kept it in your name, it may be considered separate property. Things become more complex if both spouses contributed funds to the purchase or maintenance of the home. This could make it a commingled asset. In that case, the court could merge it into the marital estate and divide it based on contributions and needs. Whether you're dealing with property, business interests, retirement accounts, or debts, equitable distribution laws will influence what you keep and what you must share. That's why it's important to get clear legal advice tailored to your situation. What is equitable distribution and how does it work? Equitable distribution is the legal process used in New York to divide property and debt when a couple divorces. It begins by determining what qualifies as marital property. This includes homes, vehicles, retirement accounts, investments, and even businesses acquired during the marriage. Once marital property is identified, each item is appraised or valued. Bank accounts are valued by statements, while more complex assets may need professional appraisal. Then the court decides how to distribute these assets. This isn't always 50-50. Instead, judges look at each spouse's income, contributions, responsibilities, and future needs. Items like inheritances, gifts, or assets owned before marriage are typically separate property, but once mixed with joint assets, their status can change. This process can be negotiated out of court, especially when lawyers are involved early. But when there's disagreement, a judge may decide. A lawyer can help determine what property is truly yours and what will be shared. An attorney also helps assess value and defend your position during settlement or court proceedings. A law firm experienced in New York divorce cases can prevent surprises and protect your financial future. If you're considering divorce and want to understand how equitable distribution may affect your outcome, contact Juan Luciano divorce lawyer at 212-537-5859. Visit the office at 347 Fifth Avenue, STE 1003, New York, New York, 10016, United States to schedule a consultation and get the guidance you need.